difficult and you can use this feature, he introduced the Backconnect functionality also this year. The Backconnect is basically, here you have the bad guy. Usually if you use the, let's see if the laser pointer works. No. Okay, so if you have the usual infected clients and you want to use them as a SOX proxy on the left side, you need the infected clients needs to be directly accessible. So as this often is not the case, okay, thank you very much. Okay, so we are on this side. Because you not always can connect the infected clients directly because they don't have an official IP address, he introduced something called Backconnect. So basically it's like this. Anyway, the Trojan always connects back to the command and control infrastructure. So it always connects back to send stolen data, to make the hello ping and for things like this. And it also the command and control server has the possibility, we will see it later, to execute scripts or to execute functionality in the clients. And the Backconnect functionality works like this, that basically you give from the control panel, you initiate that the infected client connects back to you. So the connection is established from the inside, from a company or something like this, to the bad guy or to the cyber criminal. And this initiated connection, which comes from inside, is later used for the SOX proxy functionality. So this is a way to even use more people, even if they are behind the firewall or if they are behind NAT. ToDoList. The Trojan has also a ToDo list, which also shows how serious this is. No, it's the compatibility with Windows Vista or Windows 7 is already made, partless. Already some Vista, the Vista operating system is already compromised by the Trojan, and you can use it. Improved API hooking. Important for me is also that it uses the IP version 6 functionality. It's in the to-do list, which is quite crazy because for me, I didn't hear of any other banking malware which is IPv6 capital. And really, parts of it, he does it like this. So, for example, for this Backconnect functionality, you have to start the server on your side and wait for the client connects back to you. And this server, which you install on your local client, is already IP version 6 capable. So, as I said, it's the first banking Trojan or the first malware product I know, which has already working implemented IP version 6 code. Okay, a bit of the timeline. The first time seen, the ZeuS banking Trojan was about in 2005. There it was a simple bot, and year by year it got more famous, was sold quite expensive at the beginning, and got some changes. Also, then the guy A2Z, which initially began to code this Trojan, there are some rumors that he began to make things with a German cyber gang. So there's a constant development of it. And recently, also, some changes are made to it. So people, they take this botnet kit, change it, and also resell it. Okay, about the binary, a little bit about what happens on the client side. So in the moment when you get infected, the Trojan checks through a mutex if it's already running. If it's not running, it drops a copy with a random padding. This dropping with a random padding, it adds some random padding at the end of the binary to avoid signature-based detection. So basically, you have the bot you install, and when it's installed, any of these installations has a different checksum. No? It generates its local files and changes the file date to the installation date of the system files and hides the files, but usually it has no rootkit functionality, or it doesn't make a lot to really hide its actions. It modifies the registry, and everything is made on ring 3, so you don't need ring 0 access to the operating system, which is also a good feature. I mean, if you see it from the viewpoint from the cyber crimes. Okay, the internals, basically, at the end, you end up with a system where the Trojan there's no process really running from the Trojan, from the ZeuS Trojan, but only you have injected processes. So if you, for example, if you reboot and the Trojan gets executed, the first it does, it injects itself, it injects a thread into winlogon.exe, where a pipe server is started. The pipe server is used for internal communication of the bot. Also because you have it injects to different processes, and also for this inter-process communication, it uses this pipe server. Then it injects into SU host. This is the most busy process you can say, because this process, or this injected thread in this process, is responsible for sending data to the control server, or handling local files to store the data which you collected from the browser and things like this. And lastly, the last process, the SU host, injects into all other processes. So you have an injected Internet Explorer, you have an injected Firefox. It injects into all processes in order to be able to hook the functions. Functions like HTTP send, so functions which are known to be used for browser data, this will be hooked. Yeah. The internals, the CNC communication, to which basically counts to send the stolen data, to send also stats, and to receive updates, or to updates like the update of the configuration file of the Trojan, or the update of the bot itself. You can update. And it uses different or random changing source ports for the communication, and the communication is always initiated from the bot. So this is also for bypassing firewalls and things like this. As I already said, the pipe server is used for internal thread communication. It's also responsible for file locking. As I said, there's no real rootkit functionality, but the Trojan tries to make the access to its files it uses impossible, and this makes it with usual file locking. So the version history from the beginning, on the left side you can see the different names of the bot, how it's installed in the system. So there's also the different names, and also the files in the config and log file. You can see also changes are here made. So also what you can see, there's a real timeline of the Trojan. As I said, because it gets constantly developed and updated. As you can see, now we are more or less about the version 1.3.xx. About the version format, it's the first letter means, or character means a complete change in your bot, and so step by step it's the version format it uses. So the configuration file, this is an essential thing. Basically, the configuration file has three important possibilities to configure, which are the last three ones. First, you can put a binary where the bot gets update its binary, and you can make an update of the bot itself. No? You can change the URL of the command and control server, and you can update the config. This is, for example, I mean, the command and control server is one server which you have to host somewhere, and as people find out where this is, it gets this server gets taken offline, no? And in the best case, it's not so easy always to take these servers offline.